Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over, it's going to be an Ulta haul, basically Ulta haul slash brief review over some of the products I picked up over this past weekend. I am wearing a few of them, so I'll be able to give you just some of my own 2 cents on how I felt about the product, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so first we are going to just dive into the Holy Grail. My eyebrows are the most important thing that I do on my face, so it's really important to me that I have a decent product to put on them. I typically use the Benefit Goof Proof Pencil, but I've recently started a makeup budget, that way I'm not overspending each month. So I was trying to find a product that is still consistent and that is wearable and that kind of has the same texture and tendencies as the Goof Proof Benefit Pencil, but doesn't break my bank. I mean, that one doesn't break my bank. It retails at $24, but if my makeup budget is $30 a month, I'm leaving with $6 to try something new and to give you guys a review on. So we're definitely in the market to find something new. So that brings us to this e.l.f. pencil. This retails at $6. This retails at $2. This has a spoolie, just like the Goof Proof pencil does. The shape of the actual pencil is different. The Goof Proof pencil is kind of like a triangle. It's pointy at the top and then kind of it's fatter at the towards the back. This is the precise eyebrow pencil, so it's just a little circle. One of the things that I don't care for is that if you look at the end of this pencil, you can see a lot of product on there, and that's because the product actually smudges. So I typically like my eyebrows a little bit thicker than this, but because this smudges so much, I have been trying to just keep them a little bit thinner. That way they look a little more precise. I will say that for the $2 price range, I think it's a great product. The first time I tried it, I had to redo my eyebrows like 3 times just to get the look I was going for. But it just took a minute to get used to and see that I couldn't be too heavy-handed with this product. But I would give this a thumbs up. I have swatches on my hand. I would give this a thumbs up, and I would recommend it if you're in the market for a decent eyebrow pencil, you're not wanting to break the bank, and you're okay taking your time to get a precise look. I would try it. Next, we are going to jump into foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. Now, I've already tried the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I don't typically use powder, but I liked that. But I wanted to try it in the foundation. I'm currently using this in the color Classic Tan, which is it's backwards, which is $3.35. This is a matte plus poreless finish. It's for normal to oily skin, and I do have really oily skin. It has medium coverage. I do think that it is true that it has medium coverage. I did put some concealer on some of my acne scars before I put this on, but it definitely isn't full coverage, but it does give me, it does do some blemish control, and it does minimize the pores quite a bit. So I do think that this is true to what it says. I would recommend it. I have been using the Fenty Beauty foundation in the color, let's pull that real quick, in the color 330. If you look, this is a little bit, it's a little bit lighter, and that is because this is the color I am during the winter time. So I picked this up for the summer. It's still kind of fall, but my skin tone hasn't gone back to being as fair as it normally is in the winter time. So this shade is working for me now, and I'm sure I'll hop back into this shade during the winter months. But I might even just pick up this Fit Me in a lighter shade. So I would give that a 4 out of 5. I definitely think that it is true to its reviews, that it is medium coverage. It's not exactly full. It does help minimize the pores. And I think the color is pretty, I think the colors, it works. Not exactly spot on, but it works. Okay, next we are going to jump into not one, but 2 Jaclyn Hill palettes. I picked up the Armed and Gorgeous and also the Dark Magic. I was really hesitant to pick these 2 up because of all of the commotion all over YouTube about the quality of these products, the integrity behind them. But you know what? It's just drama. Everybody's going to have their own opinions on product, and at the end of the day, you really have to try something for yourself. Now, sometimes you're going to win and you're not going to waste your money, and sometimes you're going to be like, damn. But I don't think this is one of those times. So I had used this palette. I actually filmed a live video on YouTube yesterday using this. This is the Dark Magic. You get 5 mattes in here and 5 shimmers. You have Poof, Power Cut, Trickery, Diversion, Potion, Busted, Inside Job, Mojo, and Temptress. I think these are as pigmented as what they were implied to be. I do think that some of them are a little chalky. Now, to the touch, they feel creamy. But during application process, they are a little hard to blend. Especially some of the darker shades, or even like the green shades in here. Let's do Poof. Potion really isn't my favorite. It's this green color in here. Now, in the pan, I think it looks beautiful, but it comes on chalky as you're putting it on, and then just as you're blending it out, it just doesn't, you gotta really work at it. So if you have the time to really work at it, by all means, try it out. But these retail at $15. So if you're picking them up at Ulta, you can also use a coupon, so you won't necessarily pay the full $15. And that's why I said that I'm not unhappy with them, because I feel like you get what you pay for. It's nice that you can use a coupon on them. So even if you're like, damn, that wasn't the best, you aren't necessarily dishing out a whole lot of money. And I think it's a fairly good palette. Now, is it what I think it was all hyped up to be? No. But I also don't think that it's as bad as people have said. Ultimately, like I said, I've used it. I think you're getting what you're paying for. I would highly recommend using a coupon when you do pick it up. When I picked this up, I had a $3 rewards, or 300. I had 100 points, so I can get a $3 coupon. Plus, Ulta had a $3.50 off of 15. So I paid about $9 for this palette. So again, it's not bad. So that was the Dark Magic. The next one we have is Armed and Gorgeous. And, you know, I think the packaging is cute. It's just really simple. You do have this crazy looking picture of Jaclyn Hill with her mouth open on the back. Just saying how she's so excited about this palette. One thing that I did here is that they did reuse the original packaging after getting rid of the first palettes. I don't know. Kind of sketchy, but if you're trying to save money, I get it, but also, like, I think you have to think about the consumer. Like, if you didn't do a good job of making your first product, I think you owe it to the consumer to redo it, because at the end of the day, we're putting our heart and cash, like, into this product. Like, we're deciding to put our money into something that you said that you took back, you fixed, you redid. So I don't agree with what I've heard about them reusing the packaging, but I still bought it. So this is the Armed and Gorgeous. I think this speaks to my soul. I think you open this up, and a pumpkin spice latte just falls out. Okay, that's what it says to me. I see pumpkin spice latte. I see apple cider donuts. I see fall in a small little pack. Okay, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matte shades in this, and 1, 2, 3, 4 shimmers. I've only used this one once. I think it performed pretty well. I did have some fallout. I do think, like I said, the color choices are pretty. This one is called VIP. This yellow is called Excess. This one right here is called Guilt Trip. This one is called Coin. This one is Agent. I do think this Agent and Secure are really close. I think maybe she could have put like a, maybe like a burnt orange, well not a burnt orange, like a burnt red in here. That's just my opinion. I don't even like red. Top Secret, Smooth Criminal, Secure, Prowl, and Classified. So those are the shades that you're getting with this. Like I said, I picked this one up for about $9 as well. We already talked about the packaging. I think the packaging is pretty simple. If you are wanting to save money and not wanting to kind of get something that you're going to have to work hard with, I would say save your money and maybe not pick up the Jaclyn Hill palette and maybe pick up something from ColourPop instead. Those are affordable. They have really good colors. The formula is very consistent versus these two. I don't think that the formula is consistent. If you've ever used a different Morphe palette, you know that the formula is really good and the texture is consistent. You aren't getting that consistency in these Jaclyn Hill palettes, so that's just my personal opinion. But again, I wanted just to find out for myself because different products work differently on different skin types, different people have different blending techniques, and everybody ultimately applies their makeup differently, so I wanted to see for myself how I liked it. Alright, and then we are going to hop over to the setting spray. I usually use a matte setting spray, but because everything I've purchased recently has been matte, I wanted to get something that was a little illuminating. So this is the e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set. I am liking this so far. It is a little sticky before it dries, and it kind of like numbs your face just a little bit before it actually dries. But I do think it helps with my oil control. I think it's long lasting and helps with my makeup. I don't think it melts the makeup into your skin like some other setting sprays do. So if you're wanting something that's just going to help just ultimately give you a more finished look, a more smooth look, I don't think this is doing 100% of that. I think it's maybe working at about 75 to 80%. But it retails at $3. So I definitely think if you're on a budget, this is worth picking up. Again, I'm all about getting a bang for my buck and stretching out my dollar. So this works for me. I definitely want to say that there's nothing against high-end products. I have like a stack of Tarte, Urban Decay, mostly Tarte and Urban Decay palettes. But I am branching out into using more drugstore brands. Not just because they're affordable, but because sometimes when you're spending that $50, $60 on a palette, you're just paying for a name. I say this quite often, I'm actually wearing the Back Talk palette, but I'm not sold. I really prefer it just because of the blush. I'm not a huge fan of the eyeshadows in it. I don't think that they perform as well as they should. I do think that if you're spraying your brush or even cutting a crease with concealer, the colors are more pigmented. But when you're paying that amount for a palette, I don't think that you should have to force your product to work for you. I think it should just perform. I don't think that you should have to do anything else to get the look that it should be giving you. So I would stay away from the Back Talk palette. Not that Urban Decay doesn't have tons of beautiful products, but I do think that, Makeup Revolution has an eyeshadow palette that is similar to the Back Talk palette that performs equally. So again, it's not as pigmented. The fallout is about the same, but there's about a $35 to $40 difference. So just keep that in mind when you're purchasing. You want quality, not quantity. So keep that in mind. Okay, we're almost done. I have just a couple more products. I also picked up this Revolution, there's lipstick on it, this Revolution Luxury Baking Powder. I'm still on the fence about this. I haven't decided whether or not I love it or hate it, only because I've been using it with that new e.l.f. concealer. And I do think that when I was packing it under my eyes, it's because it's a brightening powder. They were working against each other. So the look I was getting was a little muddy and a little murky, and I didn't feel like it was brightening. So today I just used it as like a finishing powder and kind of just brushed it on my face, and so I feel like it did lighten the rest of my face, which I wasn't going for that. I was really wanting something to set it. So I'm not 100% sure. but I did get this on a really good sale. It retails for $8. I picked this up for $4.44. So, well, we're still on the fence. We're still working to decide if we like this or not. But this is one of the items I picked up. I have technically 4 more items to showcase, but I only have 3 available. Because if you have watched any of these videos, you know I have a 2-foot mini-me that reigns over this house, and she actually has that 4th lip gloss somewhere, and you don't really take makeup from Tatiana. Taking makeup from Tatiana is like taking a newborn cub from its mama. She don't like it. So I'm letting her play with that. But these are the Wet n Wild Zodiac collection. I do believe there's 12 lip glosses in this entire collection. Ulta didn't have all of them available, so I just picked up the 4 that spoke to me. Some of them with the intention of me using them, some of them with the intention of letting Tatiana use them. Because I don't like her using my higher end lipstick because she makes a mess. So having a gloss, an inexpensive gloss that she can play with is nice. So this first one I'm going to show you is in the color Taurus. And I will just attempt to swatch that on my hand. But I already have swatches on my hand. Okay, so that is this glossy color right here. It's very iridescent, very translucent. So really, if you put it on, you're going to get a hint, just a little hint of pink on your lips, but you're mostly going to get glitter. I will tell you, this stinks. It smells like glitter. Like, you know, like glitter glue. That's what it smells like. So I don't know how you would feel about wearing that all day. This is something that I would just, again, I don't like really glossy lips. This is probably something that I would let Tatiana wear and play in, because it smells really bad. It really does. It stinks. But again, this is in the shade Taurus. It is in the bottle, in the container, it looks like a very light baby pink. Pinky. But it comes off as very clear on the lips. The next shade is Sagittarius, and this is a berry color. I like to compare the color to my Mystic. It's just a little bit, I feel like they're the same color, only the Sagittarius has a lot of glitter. A lot of glitter. This does give you a berry look, like it looks like it has some berry in it when you actually apply it to your lips. That was a horrible swatch. Horrible swatch. Okay, there. So you're definitely getting more pigment when you're applying this. Again, it stinks. It really stinks. It smells like straight up glitter. There is a pinkish shine, a pinkish glitter to it. And I've actually worn this one. I did really like it. It did not feel sticky. It's something that I would wear on a regular. But I would probably have to put something underneath that overpowered the smell of this, because I don't like it. It's really stinky. Okay, the last color I'm going to show you is Gemini. This is something that I would just do as a lip gloss topper, or a lip topper, because it's, I swear, this should be like a highlight, is what it should be. That is definitely too light for me to just wear on its own. Like, I would look like a sun, like my lips would just look like a sun, but it's very pretty. I really wish that this was an eyeshadow, because that's gorgeous. Like, look at that. That should be, you know, I might actually try it as a liquid highlighter one day and see how that works out. I think it's really pretty. It has a nice creamy gold undertone. This one is just like metallic. It does not have any flakes of glitter in it. So that's just straight up product that you're getting. But it still smells like glitter. It's still really stinky. So that's everything I picked up. I plan on making 1 to 2 large purchases during the month. So each month I will probably do a haul, just so you guys can see what I'm picking up, what I'm trying. If you have any recommendations on anything that you've recently tried, let me know, because I would love to try it out. I'm always looking for something affordable. I think the next thing on my list to pick up is a couple items from the ColourPop Disney collection that just launched yesterday. I'm super excited. I do think it's kind of whack that it was like a lot of the pieces were already sold out. Have you guys noticed that? A lot of releases, a lot of launches are happening, and a lot of things are sold out at the same time. That's another thing that's like kind of annoying with now I'm ranting, but kind of annoying with prestige brands is that they're running out like the same day that they're getting things in stock or they're launching. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But I think my next haul is going to be from ColourPop, so I will see you next month with the same content. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. I try and put a new video up every Saturday with things I think you guys will like to see. If there's any product or any content that you would like to request, definitely send me an email. Hit me up on the gram at Erica10 and just let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what kind of makeup you're digging. I would love to try out some of your suggestions. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace, love, and chicken grease.